In the beginning, God created the first man and the first woman, Adam and Eve. He blessed them and placed them in the beautiful Garden of Eden, a place of perfect peace and beauty. The garden was filled with lush trees, colorful flowers, and rivers flowing with fresh water. Every tree was pleasing to the eye, and its fruit was good to eat. The animals lived in harmony, and all of creation reflected God's goodness. Adam and Eve cared for the garden and enjoyed everything God had provided. There was no pain, no sorrow, no fear, and no death. They lived in perfect fellowship with God, surrounded by His love and His perfect creation. At the center of the Garden of Eden stood the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. God gave Adam and Eve one simple command. You may eat freely from every tree in the garden, but you must not eat from this tree. If you do, you will surely die. It was the only command God gave them, and it was a test of their trust and obedience. Everything God created was good and perfect. The Garden of Eden was filled with peace, beauty, and life. But among all the animals God had made, the serpent was the cleverest. One day, the serpent came to Eve and asked a question that would change everything.
Eve, is it true that God said you must not eat from this tree?
Yes. God told us we may eat from all the trees in the garden, but not from this one.
Because God knows that if you eat this fruit, you will become wiser, like God. Take a bite and become wiser. One bite, and all secrets will be revealed.
After Eve had eaten the fruit, all seemed as it had been before. Trusting the serpent's words rather than the command of God, she took the fruit to Adam, who was with her. She gave it to him, and Adam took it from her hand. Then he also ate of the forbidden fruit. Then the eyes of them both were opened. In that moment they knew they had disobeyed the command of God. The innocence they once enjoyed was gone, and they realized they were naked.
We disobeyed, and now we know we did wrong.
Then the voice of the God was heard in the garden. At the sound of his voice, Adam and Eve hid themselves among the trees, for they were afraid to stand before the Lord after they had sinned.
Adam! Adam!
Where are you?
Adam! Adam! Adam!
Where are you?
Yes, Lord.
Why are you hiding?
Because I was naked.
Who told you that you were naked? Have you eaten from the tree whose fruit I commanded you not to eat?
When the Lord asked Adam what he had done, Adam answered,
The woman you gave to be with me gave me fruit, and I ate.
Then the Lord turned to Eve, and she said,
The serpent deceived me, and I ate.
As judgment began, the God pronounced his curse upon the serpent.
Because you have done this, you are cursed above all creatures. On your belly you shall go, and dust you shall eat all the days of your life. I will put enmity between you and the woman, and but your offspring and hers. Her offspring shall crush your head, and you shall strike his heel. Eve, because you have disobeyed my command, I will greatly multiply your pain in childbearing. You shall give birth to children in pain.
Finally, the Lord God pronounced his judgment upon Adam.
You have eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from. The ground is cursed because of Yah. Through painful toil you will eat from it all the days of your life.
After the Lord had spoken, his presence departed from the garden. From that moment, fear and sorrow began. The peace they had once known was gone, and nothing would ever be the same again. With heavy hearts, Adam and Eve departed from the Garden of Eden. The home God had prepared for them was now behind them. As they walked into a world marked by sorrow, pain, and toil, the gates of Eden closed, and they could never return.
Let's go.
Adam and Eve walked away from the Garden of Eden, their feet treading upon the dust of the earth. With every step, they realized the weight of their disobedience. The life they had known in God's presence was behind them. Now they would begin a new life outside of Eden, a life of hardship, struggle, and longing for the presence of God. Adam and Eve began their days outside the garden. Though they had departed from Eden, the Lord preserved their lives and gave them strength for the journey ahead. Together they established their home, and from them the generations of mankind would come. As the years passed, Adam and Eve were blessed with children. Their family grew, and the earth slowly began to be filled with new life. Though they had departed from the Garden of Eden, they continued to live according to the days appointed to them by the Lord. From their family, the generations of mankind began. Adam and Eve had two sons. Their names were Cain and Abel. Abel became a keeper of sheep, while Cain became a worker of the ground. In the course of time, both brothers brought their offerings before the Lord. The Lord looked with favor upon Abel and his offering, but upon Cain and his offering he did not look with favor. Abel brought the firstborn of his flock and the finest portions as an offering to the Lord. The Lord looked with favor upon Abel and his offering. Cain also brought an offering from the fruits of the ground. But the Lord did not look with favor upon Cain and his offering. Cain was deeply saddened, and his face fell. Day after day, Cain and Abel brought their offerings before the Lord. The Lord looked with favor upon Abel and his offering, but he did not look with favor upon Cain and his offering. Jealousy entered Cain's heart, and his face was downcast.
Don't worry, Cain. Maybe next time try offering something a little better.
From that day on, jealousy consumed Cain's heart. As he looked upon his brother Abel, anger grew within him, and he began to plot against his own brother. Day after day, Cain's heart grew colder. Each time he looked upon Abel, jealousy burned within him until he resolved to kill his own brother. Unaware of the evil in his brother's heart, Abel continued on his way. Then Cain picked up a stone from the ground and struck his brother, and Abel fell to the earth. Thus the first murder upon the earth was committed, and innocent blood cried out from the ground. Filled with regret, Cain realized the weight of what he had done. But in his mercy, the Lord placed a mark upon Cain, so that no one who found him would kill him. And thus the story of Cain came to an end. Follow for more Bible stories and mysteries.